hit record?
Green button.
Right there.
Welcome to another edition of Parrots Picks, brought to you by Linda's Construction. Parrot, how you doing?
Good morning. Doing very good, fellas. Nice shirt, Travi.
Oh, I know it. I'm bringing the vibes this week. We got a big one down in Madtown.
Awesome. Wish him the best.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know whose jersey that is, so I had to tell him this morning when I walked in. I'm like, that's Russell Wilson's the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, it helps when it says Wilson on the back too.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
I don't know.
that helps a
There's
lot.
been other Wilsons, just so you know, man.
Wow. Not number 16. So.
All right. Well, hey, we were talking a little bit off air. If anybody's following us and putting money on the picks we're doing, they're not doing very well. Specifically, Chatty. Chatty was 0 for 3 last week.
I was, huh?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you had BYU, Bama, and Rutgers. I mean, you can start with Bama. They lost. I don't know if you know that. BYU, yep. It was a BYE. And then the Rutgers.
Or like living in BFE.
I mean, I think what people are learning is if you take a team after they play Wisconsin, not good.
Let's
Yeah.
just go with Chatty's got some gems.
Well,
this
first
week.
and foremost, you're speaking for yourself a little bit here, Scrib. I went 2-1, baby, and
Yeah.
I was ahead in money, so we're all good. So
Well,
folks that are listening,
technically,
just
technically, when you look at mine, I was even. So I'm still at 900 because I lost one, both $200 bets.
Okay.
And then I pushed on the win only because of my own rule.
Okay.
Because Army had a 16 points they had to cover,
Right.
and because of what I said, CBS Sports went to 17.
Oh, nice.
So and I'm
There we
real
go.
bad. If I'd have pulled the ticket that day, I would have won. But I'm an honest guy, right? I mean, Parrot knows that. Unlike
Oh, yeah.
But then Parrot, you got backdoored by San Jose State. You didn't even know it. You had to look it up there, huh? So that's not good. And then
The Bay Area there, you never know what happens
yeah,
in that
and then-
sort of thing.
But you got the K-State win, so you got more wins than Moose, which it's not a big deal. I mean,
Come back this week. There's always another week, and pick
You're right.
winners, and here we
Hey,
go.
but you know what, guys? Just remember, it's moose money. So like our lovely government, I can just print more suckers.
All right, well, let's jump into this week. There's a lot of really good ones for this week, man. A lot of good contests this week.
well, if it's such a good contest, Gibby,
Yeah.
if it's so good this week, how about you start it off?
All right.
Well, the first time
Moose
I
just
bet.
figured out he has to figure out his picks.
no, I
no,
gotta
he's
go in
gonna-
order. All right, what do you got,
no,
Gibby?
no. Oh, okay. If I'm gonna say, Scrib's gonna screw up the order. You normally Parrot goes first, but it's
Okay,
fine.
no, we can
you
have
you
Parrot.
make your own rules. We get it.
What do you want, Moose?
No, go. You already.
All
I'm
right.
ready
So
for 'em.
all right.
my
that's how
first
we-
game is not a great game, but it's an interesting game because I do think Arizona's a good squad. I think they got the best wide receiver in college football, and they're playing at their place. And so I am going to go ahead, and my first one I'm going to pick is going to be Arizona. I think they're only favored by 1. I definitely think they're gonna win by more than 1. They had the juggernaut last week when they faced Colorado, and I knew Colorado was gonna win that one, Scrib. So I'm gonna go with Arizona by 1 this week. And then my next one here that I went to is Navy. I think a couple of us may have picked the Shipman this week, but Navy, man, they're a good squad. What do you think about them, Garrett? I think you're gonna go with them too, maybe.
Yeah, that's a big number that Notre Dame has to cover, and Navy is just a hot team. They're tough to defend. Got a lot of things going for them. Even if they lose, they can still lose by 13.5 or 14 or whatever the number is. Navy's a good play there.
Yeah, I do. I think so. And I should have mentioned too. Arizona is playing West Virginia. West Virginia's 3-4 this year, a little bit down. But yeah, that Notre Dame game is going to be a good one. I agree with you, Parrot. I just think that the Shipmen with that controlled offense that they have, it's tough to stop the option. And the other thing about the option is the clock's never stopping. It's like those games go quick. And I remember on the way in, actually, this morning, I was thinking back when we actually played River Falls. When they came out to Augie, our senior year, Parrot, they came out. They were ranked 3rd in Division III. And we were, I believe, 16 in Division II. And I just remember telling all the squad, like, hey, guys, you can't take these Division III teams from Wisconsin easy. There's no Division II schools there. So if you're a good football player and you want to stay close to home, you're going to play Division III. And I think it was 21-7. And it was just such a frustrating offense because they just control the ball. Obviously, Augie threw it all over the place, but it's just tough to score a lot of points against a team that runs a really good option game.
Shorter games, fewer possessions.
There ain't no doubt about it. We talk about that a lot of times too. And then I'm actually going to go with Michigan. this week. It's that's a tough one. This is my flyer, right? This is my flyer. And I only say that because Michigan State's a bad football team, but that's a lot of points to cover. But I actually now looking at it, I almost wish I wanted. I'll go with it. I'll go with it, Parrot or guys. Since I said I was going to go with that, but now looking at the spread because it has increased.
The producer already has the logo on the screen, so no backing out.
Right. But yeah, so I'm going to go with them.
And how much on all of them?
I'm going to $100.
Oh, my, you talk about, it's funny how things have changed because, man, you were, God, we can put any kind of money on it. It's that easy.
Oh, wait a minute. No, so it opened at, it's only, the spread right now for that game, Parrot, I don't know if you've seen it, is only 3.5.
Well, the official, because I'm actually the official
okay,
guy,
so
it's
what
4.
It's 4. I'll take
that's
that all
on
day.
CBS Sports.
Do you know what
right?
it opened at?
No.
24.5.
That's goofy. Something goofy happened there, Travis.
It had
I
to
just
have,
don't
right?
know. I don't know what to expect with Michigan. You don't know what you're getting. 1 week they're good, 1 week they're bad. I like consistent teams, but 3.5, not a crazy number, especially at home.
Right. Yeah, exactly, at home. So that's why I went with them.
Well, it's good, though. Are we going Parrot next?
Whatever, you guys.
Well,
You're
you
so
tell
out
me.
of order.
Well, I
just
want to
can't
talk.
keep
I want to
up.
hear somebody intelligent talk. Go ahead,
Okay.
Parrot.
Yeah, Parrot, you
Well,
go because
we
it was
talked about it.
interesting. Parrot, hold on. It was interesting that for him to feel confident about his one pick, he had to basically take your insight on Navy.
Well, no,
Hey.
I knew what it would be. I knew Parrot and I,
No, it's a good play. I like picking teams that are hot, that have something to play for, that are healthy, and have some momentum going for them. And I would say that's definitely Navy. They got a lot of energy now. Like I said, they got even if they lose, 12.5 is the number on that is what I see. So give me Navy as my first pick. Got a lot to play for. Notre Dame. They've shown they can sometimes lay an egg, especially against a team that they should beat. So give me Notre Dame. And then I'm also going with
No, you're going Navy.
excuse me, Navy.
Yep, Navy.
Going with Navy, and then going with Indiana, same thing. Got a team that's got a lot of energy right now, a lot of confidence. They're playing at home. Washington has to come across the country to play them. Washington's not bad, but Indiana's got a lot of momentum going for them.
Hey,
so I'm
Garrett,
going to take them.
And Google me, I win.
Go ahead, buddy.
Google me, I win. That's what their coach said
Oh
at
yeah,
the press conference.
he don't care. He don't
No.
care. That coach has an attitude. He's got energy behind him. And
He does.
the other quote he had this week was, "We don't like staying in hotels for a long time. We just go there, get something to eat, wake up, go to the field, and win." I mean, just perfect.
I love his quotes.
Just arrogance behind him, and I like that guy. And plus, Indiana, a little bit of an underdog historically. This is their year. And then going with former Badger coach Bielema. He's got the boys playing at Illinois. I don't know if they'll win, but I think they'll cover this week.
Yeah, and they're playing Oregon. Oregon, 21-point favorites. I agree with you. Bielema always brings defense to the field, man.
Right.
All right, what are you putting on all those games?
We'll go with the hundo. So we last week I went 1-2. Need to have a 3-0 week here. So give me my 100 apiece for those 3 picks.
All right, we got it down, 100 apiece. I had you down for a different team, so I apologize. But I got it right here. Well, the Scribner here, he's going to go with the Friday night lights game, Boise State. Kind of like Boise State. I think they got a really good running back.
God, Genty is a dog.
Yeah.
My good grief.
So I really think they're going to be able to cover. I just like that team. Watched them a few times, and you're playing on the old blue turf, so
Yeah.
like 3.5 would probably might get down to 3, but I'm going to go with 200 on that and start off right away Friday night with winning. And then I'm following Parrot on one, Indiana. I just like them. I picked against them last week, but when they put up that many points against Nebraska, I was like, are you kidding me?
I know.
And to be honest, I haven't watched much of them, but just they're hot. And like you said, Garrett, you like a team that's rolling. Well, they're rolling, and they're rolling really nice right now. So I really think they'll be just fine. Like you said, Washington come across, and I think Washington obviously lost their coach, just not finding themselves yet. And I think it's going to be I think Indiana's going to prove that they're for real, and they're for real in the Big Ten this year. And I'm going to go another 200 on that.
Ooh, he's really digging into the Moose money this week.
I'm still basically at 1,000. I lost 100 the first week. I pushed this week, so I'm fine. And then the flyer here, I'm not too hot on really, to be honest, but I just, it's another game that just kind of grabbed at me. I'm going to go with BYU. So, again, I know, Parrot, you lost with them last week, but just something about them. They're getting 2 points. I think it's UCF. I don't know how all of a sudden UCF is the hot team, even though they lost, right? But
Yeah.
they're still somehow a hot team. I don't think they're that good. So I'm going to go with BYU, and I'm going to go another 200. We're just going to go 200 all the way around.
Wow.
So
All right.
Boise State, Indiana, and BYU.
All right. Well, let's jump into some NFL.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm sorry. We forgot Moosey. No, it's Chatty.
Chatty.
We
over
forgot
here.
Chatty. Well, she was 0-3 last week, so I didn't know if you wanted to take a
I thought
break.
he was going to quit, but he's back.
How much weight do I have left is the question.
Well, you
50 cents.
lost
Probably.
$100 all the way around, so you're fine.
All right. Moosey's Winners. This is what we're going to call it. Sponsored by ChatGPT. That's right there. You can see it.
All right, here we go.
Moosey's winners.
Okay, here we go. So, thanks to Chatty, we got K-State at Kansas, I believe, is what we're looking at. K-State coming in hot, has dominated this rivalry, winning the last 15 meetings with a strong ground game. And Kansas is struggling. K-State is doing pretty good.
All right.
We're taking them 9.5 right now is what I got.
They're 9.5 dogs or favorites?
Favorites. K-State's favored to beat Kansas by all day. So we're taking that one, putting $100 on that. This next one pains me because I'm a huge Duke fan when it comes to college basketball. Her second game was SMU versus Duke. SMU defense is strong, is among the best in the country, and Duke's offense has struggled. SMU's dynamic offense should be able to expose Duke's defense, making this a solid pick. Not a big fan of it, not just because it's Duke, but it's also to cover 11. So we're putting $100 on SMU.
All right.
And then the last one, because somebody took Boise State, her next one was Louisville and Boston College. Louisville is expected to perform well against the Boston College team that has struggled defensively. Backing Louisville to win by more than a touchdown is a smart play. I'll put $100 on. Oh man, I'm reading my stuff. So I went. Yep. So we went K-State, SMU, and Louisville to cover that touchdown.
All right.
Hot picks right there.
Yeah, I like just the differences in it. It'll be fun for next week to see where we're at. Okay, now we can get into the NFL, and we got to probably shore this thing up here pretty quickly, so we have to do it quite quick. You want to, Moose and Parrot, you guys want to comment on the game? No, I'm not trying to pull the Band-Aid off the wound at all, but a little bit of an assessment of the game last Sunday.
The Vikings-Lions, it's kind of weird. The Lions winning that game, they're a great team. The Vikings, we've gotten accustomed to having our heart broken many times over the years. I'll be honest. It didn't hurt me that bad. The Vikings played well, but the Lions are a great team, and they got her done at the end. At the end of the day, the Vikings only have one loss. Now, if this spirals them into a downward trajectory, that's a different deal. But one loss isn't going to kill a team. They play the Rams tonight. Hopefully get back on that winning track. And, their next 5-6 games here are all winnable. So if they can come out going 10-1, 11-1, what's there to complain about?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in the Pack, we did not play well. We squeaked one out. I mean, the first half, we did not play well. We had turnovers, 3 turnovers, and squeaked one out with our brand-new kicker that we picked up last week. So McManus hit the game winner, was a little bit fitting. Hopefully looking to play a lot better against a bad Jaguars team this week. Any other games you want to cover there, Scrib, that you think are we going to pick one NFL game this week?
Not this week. We'll have to do it next week. We didn't have Moose ready, but, I'll just go talk a little bit about the Vikings. Like again, you're starting to see some, I don't know, I just feel like they're a decent team. I have no problem saying that, but I think you're starting to see some things that are exposed. I think the biggest thing for the Vikings is their defense is for real. That's what I think is kind of keeping them in the game. You just go back again. They did not. I mean, the Lions are good, right? But they did not look that well during the second quarter. But then their defense started coming around, right, making plays, and that's kind of what got them back into the game. So I think you're right there, Parrot. Like, if this spirals them down, that's a big deal. But I think the vanilla play of Darnold is starting to be exposed. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback because I think he's done really well. But I think you're starting to see some exposed of what he can and cannot do. But then you just flip it over to the good state, the Packers. I mean, we just won with ease. It wasn't even a game.
Yeah.
No, I will say this, Parrot. If I were to bet this week on an NFL game, I would put it on the Vikings. They're only favored by 3, so
Yeah.
I think they're going to roll the Rams.
Thursday night game. Hopefully, the offense just gets her done, and defense always travels. So
Right.
best.
Big injuries this week.
Trades, injuries, complaints,
injuries.
whining.
I mean, the Bucks, man. Good luck. I feel bad. I mean, they were rolling down there, and now they lost both receivers. Evans, who knows, but hamstrings are tough. Godwin probably for the season with a dislocated ankle. What have you heard? Have you heard anything, Barrett?
I know it doesn't look good. I know Baker Mayfield. It always seems like he's facing a challenge with wherever he goes, and this year, just another challenge for him. But the way he figures stuff out, I never count him out.
Yeah.
I think the biggest injury you haven't even talked about in the NFL was huge this last week.
Yeah.
And that was the injury to Aaron Rodgers. His brain, his heart. I mean, he got his buddy, and just another disastrous game, I would say. And surprisingly, he said, "Oh, it's my fault," which I don't know if he actually said it. If they had Chatty GPT kind of say that for him, because, and I've kind of been a Rodgers fan. I've always told people this, like I always wanted Favre, and then let Rodgers sit until they played. But
And he got his boy too. And
it's just a constant over there, and it's like sometimes he clearly to me is not a leader, and I think that's what you're starting to see. And he's just grasping for anything over there, and. I still wish the guy luck, but my gosh, can you just own up and admit you're old? The ankle, maybe it's not there. And some of it might be just, he had really, really good offenses in Green Bay, surprisingly. You know what I mean? Kind of like, we always said like, hey, they didn't give him the defense or X, Y, and Z, but he has a good defense, but now he can't throw the ball to the right team.
Yeah.
Most of his completions are great to the other team. No, they're not all his fault, right? But he's putting balls in bad spots, which now the thing starts bouncing around. Kind of like, and your head starts bouncing around, Gibby.
Right. And then the one final one we'll just touch on real quickly is the Brandon Ayuk blew his ACL, so he's out for the season. Man, those Niners cannot catch a break.
Well, and Debo has pneumonia.
Yep.
That was a great fantasy start.
And they can't figure out McCaffrey's deal going on either right now. I think he's flying all over the world trying to figure that out. So, yeah, tough spot to be in right now if you're a Niners fan.
The healthiest teams are going to be the ones that are going to survive, and to be honest, it looks like the Lions might be that. They're looking real good. That would be the one game I'd pick this week. Got a lot of momentum playing a crummy Tennessee team. Big number they got to cover, but the Lions would be my play in the NFL.
Yeah, it'll be good when the Packers play them. It'll be another good game.
Yeah.
Hey, who won? Wasn't there a big North Dakota, South Dakota State game, or is that a couple?
Yeah, who won that, buddy?
NDSU pulled that one off at home. It was just an old school defensive battle. So number 1 versus number 2, NDSU pulled that one out. But, the big one's in Texas later this year. That's the one you want to win. So those are the 2 best teams. Montana State's good too, but North Dakota State and South Dakota State, great rivalry.
Oh. What was the final score?
It's like 12-9, something goofy like that. Just an odd number, not many touchdowns, a lot of field goals.
Interesting.
Well, all right, we better wrap this thing up.
Yeah, Parrot's got to go to work.
Yeah, I know it.
Get something done.
You bet, fellas. 3-0 this week, baby. Let's go.
Well, we appreciate you, buddy. Thanks, my man.
All right, another episode of Parrots Picks brought to you by Lindis Construction. Good luck is all I got to say, guys.